Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil and it's time for the next episode of Lost. I recorded my Season 2 recap yesterday, guys. I thought I'd talk maybe 20 minutes about Season 2 and where I think Season 3 may go. Turns out I ended up talking for about 40 minutes instead. Clearly I had a lot of thoughts. I got them all out onto a video, so I don't have too much more to say at this point. But there is something I wanted to bring up. When I started this channel, I mentioned that I'm an assistant director. I work in television. I'm working on a television show right now, in fact. And I thought I would bring some of my perspective to a show as I watch it. And I know I haven't made a ton of comments about production in particular and how an assistant director may look at this show. And the answer for that is quite simple. I'm into the show. I discovered early on, once I started working in film and television, that I would think about my job while watching something if the show wasn't compelling, if I wasn't into the story, if it's a great story and it's made well and I'm into the story and I'm excited, I'm not thinking about how the background were set or how on earth they scheduled that massive set piece or the logistics of whatever lockup would have been necessary for the crazy shot we just saw. I'm just into the story. And so yeah, occasionally I'll have a thought about what it must be like filming snow in Hawaii or maintaining continuity amongst our background performers or something like that. But 99% of the time when I'm watching Lost, I'm all about the story in Lost. I love this story. I love these characters. I want to know what happens next. I am fully invested. I am proud to say I'm a Lostie, and I'm not thinking about what it was like to be on the Lost crew. I just want to know what happens next. So with that in mind, let's watch episode 1 of season 3. This one's called A Tale of Two Cities. CDs. Is this Kate? Is this Penny?
You're alone and life is making you lonely. You can always go downtown.
Are we back in the real world post-crash?
I burnt my hand and my muffins.
Why isn't it literature, Adam? I'm dying to know.
There's no metaphor. It's by the numbers, religious hope and
What
hope.
club is this?
Now I know why Ben isn't here.
Excuse me?
This is my favorite book, so I am absolutely thrilled that you can't stand it. Here I am thinking that free will still actually exists on... Whoa. Doorway, get into the doorway.
Ethan? Whoa, what the? Henry and Ethan and who are... Oh my god, is this place on the island? What the... Oh, this is as good as there's a new character in the hatch.
Just to do your thing, the hardest thing to do.
What? Oh my god, are we in the hatch? New character in the hatch.
You see where the tail landed? Yeah, probably in the water. You run, you can make that shore in an hour. Ethan, get up there to that fuselage. There may actually be survivors. And you're one of them. Listen, learn, don't get involved. I want lists in 3 days. Go.
Wow. We've got like suburban craziness here. And Ben's
So I
missing.
guess I'm out of the book club.
Is he Ben? What? Wow, this is so much new. How have we not found this place yet? How have we not found this place yet? Okay. That's as good as the season 2 opening scene where we met Desmond in the hatch. I have so many questions. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. And now where are we? Okay. Is this Jack post-divorce? Yeah, he's looking rough. New guy. Paul Rudd lookalike. Jack does not deal with failure well. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? So the others were surprised by the crash. They obviously didn't trigger it. But there was an earthquake just prior to the explosion. So that must have been the system failure that Desmond caused. Whoa. Is that Plexi or is that a force field? Yeah. Okay. What?
Rise and shine, Kate.
Oh. So this guy's name, last we heard, is Tom, which is going to be weird for Kate.
Where are Sawyer and Jack?
Why don't you just take a nice hot shower? Start fresh.
Well, they've taken blood, would be my guess. They took Michael's blood when they had him. And what, they got Sawyer and Zeus in the zoo? Oh. Is that... Looks like what, a dragon? Or an octopus? What is it? Or is it just a design? Who's that? That's not anyone we know, is it? Oh, no, he's a decoy, Sawyer, ignore him.
Who the hell are you? Oh, you ain't gonna talk to me?
Hit the button for food. Yeah, he's a frickin' zoo animal.
Warning.
Warning. Warning.
I wouldn't do that.
Third time. Bazoom. Okay, so Sawyer doesn't learn quick.
Told you.
I'm fascinated. So 3 very different kinds of imprisonment here.
Stop that.
Okay. Who is she?
Hi, Jack. I'm Juliet.
Juliet. Okay. We're adding to the NATO phonetic alphabet. Charlie, Echo, Juliet.
Where's your lawyer?
Jack's trying to fix it.
I fired him. I'm sorry for pushing us to this place.
Oh, not yet. He just got here.
It's over, Jack. You gotta admit, just accept. You can't win everything.
Jack, I'm gonna say this as simply as I can.
What's his name?
Jack, stop.
I'm not gonna stop it. I just want to know
Who I lost to.
I'm the man that is with my wife.
Can you hear me in there?
Jack doesn't give up. We should know that by now.
If you want to talk, I'm happy.
Tell me where my friends are!
I will. If you let go of the chain.
You think I'm stupid?
I think you're stubborn.
Very. Where'd her clothes go? Wear this. Man, I don't think we've ever seen her in... We've never seen her in anything other than jeans.
He's waiting.
Henry Gale. Ben, is that his real name? Are we going to see anything other than these 3 this episode? Is this all about the others and our 3 captives? That's ominous.
Sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to put those on, Kate.
And if I don't?
And you don't get any coffee.
Do like a good French press.
What did you do with Sawyer and Jack?
Now, why Sawyer? It's the first one you asked about.
You don't know me.
Of course I don't. I brought you here so you'd look out at the water and feel comforted. I gave you the dress so you'd feel like a lady. And I wanted you to eat your food with a real live fork.
This reminds me so much of that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
You'd have something nice to hold on to. Because Kate...
Marion is held captive by the French archaeologist, and he makes her wear the dress. Except I don't think this is going to end with the drinking contest.
And I don't even know her last name, but your number was in her phone, so I was just wondering...
Jack, you obsessive.
Why are you dialing all the numbers on Sarah's cell phone?
Because one of them is him.
It's over.
Not until I know. I want to know what it is about him.
Oh, no.
Why is she calling?
No.
She was afraid, Dad.
Let it go, Jack.
For a second there, I thought Christian stole Sarah away from Jack. That didn't happen, did it? Please tell me that didn't happen.
Let it go, Jack.
No.
I brought this for you.
I don't want your food.
Oh, it's a delicious sandwich.
I want you to tell the guy who's trying to talk to me through that intercom that he can give it up.
Maybe you're hungrier than you think. That intercom hasn't worked in years. It's just off the frying pan.
You can have it.
It's a burnt grilled cheese. It's not well made. Pan was too hot.
What's your profession?
I'm a repo man. I'm a people person, so I really love it.
Are you married?
I never saw the point. What about you?
When your plane crashed, where were you flying from?
They don't even know that, eh? The others.
Sydney.
What were you doing there?
I was bringing my father home.
Why would you go all the way to Australia just
Because
to...
he was dead.
You can trust me, Jack.
That doesn't seem likely.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Is she supposed to remind him of Sarah?
Hey, how long would it take to get to your camp?
What, you talking to me now, Chachi?
Hey, what are the people like? From your plane?
Last one of you boys came for a visit, got tortured by our Iraqi.
Don't spill all the beans, frickin' Sawyer.
Subject escape.
Hey!
Subject escape. Subject escape. Subject.
You run that way!
Subject escape.
I mean, clearly this is a setup, but to what end exactly?
Hey.
When will he learn? Are they just trying to basically just condition him here?
Say it, Carl.
Carl?
I'm sorry I involved you in my breakout attempt.
Oh, what is going on here? So many questions. I like that we're just staying on these three, that we're not like going back and forth with Survivorville at all. Keep that mystery alive for a little bit longer.
And if you don't eat or drink something soon, you're going to start hallucinating.
He's already hallucinating. He's hearing his dad's voice.
So you're a doctor, huh?
No. I'm a repo woman. You don't have to do anything but sit with your back up against the far wall. Let me open that door, put the plate down, and leave.
Man, he's stubborn.
I know it feels like you're giving up. Like you're losing if you do anything that I ask you to. But you're not. You need to eat.
Eat and drink the drugged food that they're about to give him. Yeah, go ahead, Jack. Acquiesce. Give up. Even though it's so against your nature. Jack. He's gonna suspect his dad. No, tell me he didn't. Did Christian really? That's insane. If he did.
Jack?
Give me your cell phone.
What?
I want to see.
AA meeting?
Now.
Look where you are, Jack.
You must be Jack. Why don't you grab a chair and join us? Your father's told us all about you.
Yeah? What'd you tell him about me, Dad? That you're
Your son never really had it. I didn't have the will to make it work. My marriage? What'd you tell him about my marriage, Dad?
Your father has been sober 50 days now. We're very proud of that.
Wow, Dad. I wonder what helped you turn that corner. A new lady friend? You think maybe that's what
I will not let you talk to me.
I will not let you sleep with my wife.
Is Jack way off base here? He must be.
Jack, please, just let it go.
Is Christian that bad, or is Jack that delusional? Or is it both?
Which way out?
Don't do this, Jack.
Open the door.
I can't, Jack. I do that, we die.
She's telling the truth, Jack. I swear to God, I will kill her.
Okay. Have her open the door and she dies anyway. We all do.
What's behind the door? Okay. So they're underwater. Is this all staged? I don't trust anything about the Dharma Initiative, so I feel like anything could be planned from their perspective at this point. Do you know how impossible it is to close a door against water pressure like that? What does he get? Music? What is it? And peanuts. What is... And water.
Keep moving. Hey, you got yourself a fish biscuit. How'd you do that?
I figured out your complicated gizmos, that's how.
Only took the bears 2 hours.
Of course those are the bear enclosures.
You okay, Freckles?
You?
I requested that cage, but what? You hungry?
It's interesting that the two known criminals in the group are the ones in cells like this. So maybe there were just the two bears and they're both dead?
We're underwater, aren't we? Is this one of their stations, the Dharma Initiative?
They called it the Hydra.
Oh, okay. Hail Hydra.
You people are just whatever's left over of them.
But you still get
It doesn't matter
resupplied.
who we were. It only matters who we are.
What are you now?
We know exactly who you are, Jack Shepard. We know that you're a spinal surgeon, based out of St. Sebastian's Hospital in Los Angeles. You went to Columbia. I know that you were married only once, and that you contested the divorce. I know your father died in Sydney because I have a copy of his autopsy report.
So they're connected to the outside world.
This, Jack, is your life.
Is it just about me or is it about my family too? Do you know about my...
He still wants to know about his wife.
Sarah.
Still wants to know who Sarah was with.
We know all about her. What would you like to find out?
Can you trust... I mean, they obviously know a lot, but can you trust anything they say?
Someone posted your bail.
Your dad told me you were here. Goodbye.
The man does not lose well.
Is that him?
What difference does it make?
It just does.
It's not gonna change
Look, I want to
anything.
know. I need to know who he is.
It doesn't matter who he is, it just matters who you're not. Your father? He was so drunk I could hardly understand him.
Jack killed his dad by ending his sobriety.
Look at the bright side. Now you have something to fix.
Oh, man.
What would you like to find out?
Is she happy?
She's very happy. Now, I'd like to bring you some food and water, but this time I need to know that you'll behave. Can I trust you, Jack? Put your back against the wall. Please.
Back yourself into a corner, Jack. That's the only way you're going to survive. Back yourself into a corner.
Good work, Julia.
Thank you, Ben.
His name is Ben. He is the... Yeah. Alrighty, right. What a great way to start a season. A very different feeling last episode. I mean, obviously, only 3 of our original cast played in this episode, not counting Christian. Did he even appear in the pilot? No, he appeared a few episodes later. But yeah, we don't know what's going on back in Survivorville. We don't know whether Echo and Locke are alive or dead. We don't know anything over there. All we know is our 3 prisoners are prisoners and held under very different circumstances, and therefore tailored circumstances. You know that Ben is ridiculously clever and thoughtful, and everything he does is for a reason. And that reveal at the end of the episode just confirms what I was thinking the whole episode, that whole process was designed to break Jack to some level, make him compliant. It was all designed, perhaps even the escape. I think it was, anyway. What's your interpretation? But where are we right now? Like, Jack seems broken. Kate seems like a shell after her super disturbing breakfast with Ben. We now know his name is. Sawyer felt like the mild comic relief that was necessary in an episode this dark. I mean, we've known from the beginning that Jack is all about victory, success at any cost, fixing the problems. And when he has a failure, he does not take it well. He had such a hard time accepting that he couldn't save Boone, for instance, that he lost what's her name, the swimmer, early back in season 1, and it shouldn't surprise any of us that he had an incredibly difficult time when Sarah left him. What a well-crafted story. Like, the fact that I think a lot of people in the audience at some level were entertaining the possibility that maybe Christian was the other man was like really well-crafted storytelling. Like, your first instinct is, no, Jack's wrong, that's a misperception, but then we also know Christian has always been a bit of always looking out for himself, and has a weird sort of competitive energy with his son, so maybe this would be something that would really appeal to his ego. Of course he wasn't. Sarah just needed something that Jack couldn't give her. She needed love, not saving. When Jack finally asked what he wanted to know, it wasn't about finding out the guy's name, it was just whether she was happy or not. And is that growth, or is that something that he's sort of come to terms with over the course of his time on the island, or since that day that she bailed him out of jail? I assume that's kind of up for debate, at least for now. So we have a new station from the Dharma Initiative, the Hydra, which appears to be sort of the zoological station, for lack of a better word. There are zoo cages, there are aquarium facilities. It's where the polar bears were apparently kept, but it isn't the same place as that idyllic tropical subdivision, for lack of a better word. You know, all those little bungalows with the book club and everything that we saw in the opening credits. What a great intro to a season that was. I forgot exactly what Penny Widmore looks like. It felt like the real world. It felt suburban. So I was confused and thought maybe that was her. Turns out it is Juliet. She seems to be a major new character this season. She seems to be a core part of the others. But my assumption that the others were the Dharma Initiative doesn't appear to be entirely true, at least from their interpretation, and at least based on what Juliet told Jack. Now, of course, we can't trust anything the others say, we can't trust anything that the Dharma Initiative tells us, so maybe the Dharma Initiative still is in full strength. I'm leaning that way, if for no other reason than the fact that they are still well supplied. We triggered a food drop back last season, so the Dharma Initiative, at least on some level, is still active. And it feels like the others are the ones who are the active part of the Dharma Initiative, at least on the island. That reveal as they see the first the earthquake hits their little community, which presumably coincided with Desmond's system failure moment, and then they rush outside and we see Flight 815 breaking up in the air. We see Goodwin sent off to the tail section. We see Ethan sent off to the fuselage. We see who we've been calling Henry Gale. His name is actually Ben. We meet Juliet. There will certainly be others. We know that Zeke, as I was calling him all last season, his name is Tom. So I feel like we're really going to get to know the others well in the this coming season. And that raises an interesting possibility. Are we going to ever get other flashbacks? Are we ever going to get an episode told by one of their perspectives? I find that would be a very fascinating, compelling twist on the story. Maybe not what we're looking for, maybe not what the story's all about, but man, am I curious to know more about the others. And I assume everyone who was watching this show back in the day was as equally curious. I'll say it again. What a great way to start a season. I feel like the show's in a whole new direction. There's still a lot of things that were sort of left up in the air at the tail end of season 2 that I think we will explore as the season progresses. But this is such a strong new direction, learning so much more about the others in just the opening minutes of the season and throughout the entire episode. I'm jacked for more. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's so much fun to hear your thoughts on this show. I know that I occasionally make mistakes. By all means, correct me, but don't spoil what's to come. Please remember that I want to try and watch this as purely as I can. I do get nervous wading into the comments section, even though I do have my awesome moderators helping me out in that regard. But I would love to hear your thoughts. It's a really cool community, the fans of Lost, and I like that so many of you have found my reaction. We're making really good progress, but there's still a lot to go. It's going to be a fun journey, and I thank you all for joining me. So until next time, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.